In our first season joining Albacete in the 07-08 retro database, we just about survived relegation in 18th place. The next season, last season, we ended up finishing one place higher, but still in the relegation scrap. If it weren't for a change of tactic later on, well, we would have been sacked and relegated. Now going to our third season with Albacete, can we improve the team even more? We've got good youth players that have improved over the little risk I took last season to play them. So now the aim is to get into players who can help with depth, who can help with the average rating and the ratings and the star ratings and all that good stuff. Well, let's see how we go in season 3 with Marcus Alestro. Welcome everybody to the Conqueror 07-08 retro database. Hello everybody, I'm Matthew Wilson and Summer Heck. So welcome back to another episode of the Conqueror. We're in season 3 and just a heads up, this isn't going to be a two-part series, two-season part thing like it was last episode where it was season 1 and season 2 in one episode. This is just going to be season 3 because I think how I talk and how I do my styles of videos, 50 minutes for 2 seasons is ridiculous. However long it took in the first episode, so I'm going to try and cut it down to like 20-30 minutes by just doing one season. Yeah, we go to Alestro. He's now 1-star reputation. Of course, it was quite a lucky thing that he even got the job in with Albacete, and I think he did get it in that first season because I had put Albacete as a supported team, and so the board might have looked at that and thought, yeah, he's going to be signed for him. But yeah, we've got really good youth players coming into the side. We've got like such as Isiaka Kanare, Alan Yom is going to be leaving, but we've also got Marcos, Roberto, David Perez, Thomas Moore, who looks brilliant at 17, Jesus, George Alameni, Mario Yibero, Ricardo Romero, and some younger players as well that could get a load of game time and go up in the rankings on their star ratings. Now of course we finished 17th, 40 points, 9 points off Melilla in the end. Could have been a lot higher if we hadn't played that really bad tactic for all these games. Well, it wasn't even them, it was from what? It started at the start of the season, we did well, then all of a sudden we lost here against Malaga and we lost all that way until we ended up playing Real Run and we ended up winning 5-0 because we changed the tactic. So we are sticking with this tactic. I have called it the Conqueror 07-08 Albacete V4. If you want the tactic, just go onto my Patreon, which will be in the link in the description below. And because this tactic's quite good, and if I remember, so feel free to message me or send a message on the comment section. If I don't put it up, I'll try and put it up for free for anyone to use, just as an incentive for you to even click and look at my Patreon. I don't know how many people actually do that because I do put some free stuff up. I don't ever look at it, I just see the download rates. Yeah, first thing first, we have let one player go, and that was Breno Gomez Macedo. He came in on free transfer for Mercantile. And only ended up playing one game for Albacete B, and then getting 1k for him because we agreed a contract with Prat or Prat. I don't know how you pronounce that. It just sounds rude. But yeah, we have actually been given a healthy budget, £2 million to spend, and what, 20,000 in the wage budget. I'm really happy with that. Considering we have 7 million, like a quarter, 1/3 of that going on us almost. Well, basically almost 1/3, then the other one wages. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to see how we go in the transfer window. Hopefully we get some good players in. So if we go to the results quickly, it didn't go off to the best start. We lost to Elche and Getafe. Elche are, well, they're doing well, but they're not brilliant. They're basically around where we are, but Getafe are a good side, so I expect to lose them to them. They're actually managed by David Moyes. Was he sat by Everton? Yeah, was sat by Everton and ended up going to Getafe. That is a strange new universe for David Moyes. We ended up playing Cordoba then, drawing. I don't know if they're any good. I think we should have won that, yeah. Granada, which is a good result because they're a better side than us, and they're actually doing well. And their friend Labrada, who are the worst side, or one of the worst sides in the whole league. We should be winning that. So 2 results which were draws that should have been wins one overperformance win that should have been a loss, one loss that should have been a loss, and one loss that should have been a draw or win. Not the best start if you think about it on ratings. But if we go to the transfers, because it is the end of the transfer window, quickly go to released players. So I forgot if I showed you this guy. I don't know if I mentioned it last episode. I have no idea, because I recorded this originally as a 2-part episode, but then it was so long I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm cutting it down, I'm recording again as a 1-part episode. So I don't know if I mentioned Xavi Velasco leaving, but we just mutually terminated the contract last season, so yeah. In the end, Luis Cadena retired. He had 1 season with us, played 4 times. I think it was because he couldn't be registered because he had low and too low wage, so he couldn't be played. And then also De Silva retired, who played 27 times, was absolute rubbish. I didn't swore them, but yeah, he was so bad. Anyone else who left on free transfers? No. So yeah, people that left at the start of before the start of the season, we ended up selling Jose Valdez. Now, he played quite a lot of times for me past 2 seasons, and he was a good player, but he said he wanted to keep his options open until the end of his contract next year. I was like, okay, you're being sold then, because I can't guarantee that a team will go in for him, or that a team won't go in for him in any of the leagues in the world and snap him up on a free. So yeah, 150,000 for him to Lyonese, rising to 150. I think that's a good deal. If a bit underpriced. Jesus, another player, did the exact same thing as Jose Valdez. Jesus also played a lot of games for us. He's ended up going to Pontevedra, 120k all up from, not a bad deal there. And we also sold Abdul Kokose, who was a good player, but he just never played. He played 18 times, but it was mostly off the bench, and he just wasn't any good. So 26.5k for him, rising to 32.5, I'll take it. And then people that actually joined us, said it Agke comes in as our star player, 4-star. Couldn't ability, I would like to be in Pawn player, but okay. He was on loan at Bora Vista after being at Konyaspor at the start of the game. And yeah, I think he's going to be a very good player for us, and he's that sort of player that we need in that's quality alongside the youngsters, and as well as the level-headed of the experienced head. We also brought in a new striker, Herkel Gamadia. He's played 4 games and not scored 1 goal, been nowhere near as good, and he's had an awful rating, and he might already be dropped as a star player at 3-star. He was 4-star when he joined. Now he's 3-star with how bad he's been playing. So yeah, I think he's been a bit of a mess. He might end up being sold in January, I don't know. Oscar Vega comes in as well. He's a cheap player, 13.75k. I got him in because he was cheap, and he's also had a brilliant past 2 seasons with Osasuna B. And he even played a couple of times, 5 times over 2 seasons in La Liga. So I thought, I'll offer that money, and if he fails, he gets sold for $1 million, as you can see there. But if he does well, he does well. And so yeah, he came in. Another player that came in was Sergio Martinez, another one of those younger players. He could improve, and he has improved, I think. He comes in from Huesca. He's had 2 brilliant seasons in the division below, so 350k for him, I don't think it's too bad. And we also brought in our new left winger, Jeffren, who's a 3-star player from Barcelona. He's played 4 games, not done too badly, could do a bit better. But yeah, after that, transfer window ended up going into the new season. We learned that Eloy, who was that younger player that we had brought in the first season with the head of youth development, he's now looking quite good. Juan Ramona Recessens, another good player, loaned that, get that game time. Daniel, another good player, getting that game time. Pablo Gallardo, he came in on the cheap last season. He played 10 times, and I thought, okay, we're selling you 66k, £50,000 profit, that's not bad. I also saw Ko Wan Bin. Now, the idea behind selling him and hear me out is, I know he's good, I know he had a good rating, but he just never fit into my side because he is a non-foreign player. it'll take like another 3 or 4 years until he got Spanish nationality. I didn't want to waste him by loaning him out all those times or playing him in the second team. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a gamble and just sell him now and see how he does. And if he does any good, we'll know it's a mess by me, a messy transfer that I did. And if he doesn't do any good, then we know we did the right deal. We also loaned out Miguel Angel Breda and Lucas Sileski, just 2 youngsters. And then we played more players that came in. We splashed the cash on Albacete, Italian. I actually tried going in for him in the first season when he was at, when he just came off his loan. He just came out of his loan at Legnano. I wanted to go in for him. AC Milan were like, okay, but I don't think we could afford him. Or he said yes, and he ended up going to Den Haag. He hardly played with Den Haag, and I was like, okay, we just pay 400k for him then. I think I might regret it in the end, but yeah, because if you look at that, he's also unhappy because we bought in another player and he's now thinking he will replace him. Yeah, I don't think I did good there. Luis Manuel comes in as just a backup midfielder. He's done all terribly. He comes as a regular star, but he's actually in backup, so he might get unhappy later in the season. Then Christos Melissis, he's probably our best signing all season. All transfer. He was at PAOK where he was playing regularly for them. He was released for some reason, I don't know why, and we've just signed him on a free transfer. He's not done badly, but hopefully he does better, but he's our best player. And Agus Garcia comes in on 8k, just one of those cheap players. He played well with Real Madrid B last season. I thought, okay, 8k for him. If he doesn't do well, we can get hopefully a bit of a profit for him, but if not, he's good. And another one of those players, cheap, who could be sold for profit, Peter Nyman, comes in from Bayern Mel, who he actually signed from them from OB in Denmark, and last 2 seasons he's had quite a good season with Bayern Mel. He didn't have a good season in the top division, but he was still a good rating. But second tier he did really well, and I thought, I'll risk that 18k price tag to bring him in as a backup, and he's played 1 game and looks awful, but he's a squad player. Hopefully he gets game time. But yeah, overall that sees us in 14th, and it looks like a relegation battle, but I reckon we aren't. I reckon we're too good for relegation. The board think we're hoping we get mid-table, and if you look by season preview, we're actually 12th best team in the league. So yeah, now we'll see how we go later in this season, and probably come back for just the start of the January transfer window. So we're at the transfer window. We're loaned out a few players, just youngsters that, well, some of them were youngsters. Eloy Alonso could be good. Joey Peter, John Fendino was good, but he just didn't have a place and position for us with other players we had in the team, so he was loaned out. Another player was loaned out as right winger. Another centre back was loaned out, and yeah, another goalkeeper was loaned out just for experience. Get better ever coming to the side next season or the season after that. But yeah, so far it's not been too bad. We've turned it around. It took a while to get some more wins. We had a few losses in between, but we've just played the Copa del Rey and we actually beat Barrow 10-0. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And it currently sees us up in 10th position, 33 points. We're only 5 points off playoffs, if anything. And we're massive, 16 points off relegation, or more than that. I can't really count right now with me recording video. But yeah, good so far. If we go to the players, we've got a few players unhappy. Ndoi Asembe is unhappy because he was meant to be the regular important player goalkeeper. We put him to backup, he's still unhappy. That is because we're actually using that David Moran guy, who's now 3.5 star player at 18 years old. And yeah, I'm really happy with him, how he's progressing. We also got Ferry Bode unhappy. He was that player we signed second season. He's just kept getting injured, and when he gets injured, someone else comes to the side, does better than him, gets him out of his position and then out of his place. So he's hopefully going to be sold. Albacete is still unhappy about Melissa's coming in. Luis Manuel is also unhappy over and wants to go out on loan to get better game time. And Peter Naaman is also unhappy. He's not played enough, he's done awfully, and we have agreed, yeah, you know what, we're going to sell you. Luis Manuel, we haven't accepted anything with a promise because he's quite good still as a fringe player, midfielder that we need in the backup. So yeah, overall we're not doing too badly. We look at the appearances. Aspalatli's played the most, he's been brilliant. Jimenez has been the best with 14 goals at right wing. And most assists has been Jeffrey, who's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant, compared to that little start where it was like, oh, is it going to be good, is it going to be bad? And he's just shown how good he is, and I really want to sign him now. 800k, there's no chance I can sign that, because I want to go probably 300 at 400, 500 at most. If it goes down next season, I'm definitely buying him now. But yeah, I don't think we need much players. We could sell some, but bring in players I'm not really sure. We've got 166,000 to bring in. And what, 10,000 to spend the wages. Still got £6 million in the bank, even though we lost, what, 1 million. It's not bad one bit. So, transfers I hear you, I ask. Well, in January, we ended up loaning most of the players out. Oscar, a younger player that came from our youth academy in the first season, or was generated in the first season. He's accepted an offer with Janika. And we were like, okay, we'll sell you now then, because it's still transfer window, and it went to 7k, which just ain't bad. Ferry Bode was actually sold, and we got a healthy profit, so we signed for £250, £250,000. He played 18 games. He was really good, in all honesty, but he just kept getting injured and getting replaced out of the team, and then that other player was playing better, such as Haspalatli or what's his name, Agkai. So he just didn't get into the side, and also he was assigned to be the DM, and that DM position was void because of how bad that tactic was. Yeah, we sold him to Cordoba for 500k. I don't think that's bad one bit, and he's now an important player for them, so hopefully he has a good career with them. But yeah, for us, he was just not right fit, which is unfortunate. And we have signed some players. Loris Renard comes in as a striker because we need that striker. We desperately need that striker. Gamandia, whatever his name was. I forgot his name as well. God, I'm terrible. Gamandia. Yeah, I didn't know if it was Namandia or Gamandia. But Gamandia's been awful. He's now a squad player. He's played 6 games, been awful, not scored one bit, not even looked close to scoring. And so we needed a replacement for him. So Loris Renard comes in as our striker. He's with Saint Etienne in second team. He has been loaned to FC Guegnon. Never heard of them. They must have fallen on hard times in real life. He was even at PSG, and he's done really well with the second sides of Saint Etienne and PSG, and he's done really well with FC Guignon in second tier on loan. So he's come to us on loan, hopefully he does well. On the other side, Igor, who we were trying to get for ages. We tried to get him in the first season, we couldn't afford him. Tried to get him in the second season, we signed someone else, we then couldn't afford him. We kept him on our radar, and I think that point of getting him was kind of lost. We signed him for 98k, and I think his percentage was gone because he wasn't playing enough. 2.5 star, so now 4-star potential. Sure, he can get better, but I think we might have waited too long to sign him, and his potential's all been wasted at 21. He's gonna drastically fall off on the potential side in a bit, but hopefully he does good. He's yet to play for us though, so yeah. Overall, results have not been too bad. We did lose to Raja Maja de Honda, who were terrible, terribly hard for us to lose that, because I know they're in the same league as us, I forgot that, but they were extremely worse than us, so I was expecting them to win that, but to lose on penalties, yeah, not that good. I wanted to win that against the third round, but yeah. Bayern drew with Getafe, beat Elche, Cordoba, lost Granada, beat Feyenoord Parada. Scissors in 10th, 43 points, 4 points off 6th place Elche. Don't think we're going to be worried about relegation now. We're 23 points away from them. I think unless it's drastic change, where we'll probably be sacked. Is this going to change from mid-table fight to relegation fight? And well, the end of the season was awful. Not gonna lie, it was awful. We ended up losing, having 3 losses there, draw there, win there, 2 draws and 2 losses and a draw there. Turned around a bit towards the end of the season, but the damage was done here, and we didn't finish anywhere near playoffs. We actually fell all the way down into the bottom half. But mid-table, 12th place, 66 points. If you look, we had 31 goal difference, which, if we go by goal difference, it's joint 3rd with Tenerife and Valladolid, which ain't that bad. So yeah, brilliant in terms of goal output or whatever it was. What was it? Let's see. Was it goals? Was it conceding? Let's see. We scored 52. We scored 82. Conceded 52. So 52 in terms of conceding is, let's see, one of the best actually. In terms of goals for, also one of the best. So yeah, we're not doing too badly in terms of those very things. We were scoring a lot of goals, I do admit, but the results just weren't there. And towards the end of the season, and because of that, we finished 12th. And then Getafe got promoted, Tenerife finished 2nd and got promoted with them, Sporting got promoted in the playoff. We finished 12th, Majadahonda finished, Fuenlabrada, Salamanca and Castella, and all the teams that got promoted were all relegated. If we go to the results or the season, if we go to the most played players, Hasbulatli played a lot. He's been really good. I wish he was about 5 years younger and could improve a bit more. Darren Moran, brilliant, played a load of games. Only missed like 4 or 5 or something, which I think Sembi played. Nidoy, Sembi played 3. The other goalkeeper played none. Because I think I mentioned him last season. Melissus played a lot. He was quite good. Harry Jimenez, best player. Jeffren, 2nd best player. Akai played well. Noguel played well, though he's decreasing in current ability now. Canare played brilliantly as well. Fendino had a good season on loan. Oscar Vega comes in for the side, did really well as well. Where was that old guy who we also signed? Sergio Martinez was more of a backup player, but he still did well. But yeah, clean sheets. Tamaran got 12 and 41. That's not that good really, but for mid-table side I would take it. And Ndoye Sembi got 1 in 3 games. Goals, it was to have him as the right wing. He's just so good. Jeffren did brilliantly with 13 goals. And then it was Oscar Vega with 10. Hasbulatli got 9 from midfield. Luis Arnaldo, even though he only played 12 games and 3 off the bench as well, he got 8 goals. Not bad for him. Mibero came into the side. I think he was loaned out, and then we recalled him because we just needed that striker depth or quality because no one else was any good. He played 8 times and scored 7 goals, and really not that bad for him. And then he got 6 goals. Del Pozo, who was another youngster who looks really good, he got 4 goals, assists. Jeffren, I wish I could sign him. I just don't want to risk £800,000 unless we're saying we can be promoted in this next season. That's even if he wants to join us, if anything. But yeah, 20 assists for him at left wing, as well as 13 goals. Brilliant. You have Hammer Jimenez, who scored 23 goals and got 10 assists. So they were just matching each other, if anything. One getting more assists, one getting more goals. Brilliant. Hasbulatli got 9 assists in the end. Ake got 7. Vega got 5. Noguel got 5. Canari got 4 at left back. I don't know if he played left wing at all. No, he didn't. But yeah, we've got some players actually coming in. Angel coming in on as our new midfield option, just because we need one. And we also let go Agus Garcia. He was that defender that joined us for 80k. He played 10 times, didn't do too badly, but he wasn't happy. So yeah, we're selling him to Pisa. And Luis Manuel, who came in on free transfer, didn't do too badly at 12 games. He was backup player. He was unhappy. He's been sold to Canela for next season. But yeah, this season's been successful, I'd say. Mid-table, that's what we're aiming for. I was aiming for top half, in all honesty, but the board wanted a mid-table. We got mid-table. If anything, we should have got top half. We're only 2 points off it. And if that results down the end of the season weren't that bad, we could easily maybe even got playoffs, who knows. But yeah, next season I think we can aim for top half or even get into the playoffs, and that is the bare minimum. Like, when I mean top half, I don't mean 10th or 11th. I mean the place just outside the playoffs, or second place outside the playoffs, or in the playoffs. That's what I'm aiming for next season. I think we've got the squad to do it. But yeah, I've been Matthew, or Summer Hags. If you have enjoyed this video, please like the video. It does help the channel out immensely. Subscribe to the channel as well for more iPhone 24 content. But yeah, I've been Matthew, also Summer Hags. I'll see you I'll see you all next time. Hexanic out. Bye everybody.